Should have started.
Yo,
Should have started.
Hey, did you get that? Did you get
Yeah, hey,
should have
yep,
started.
hey, I'm leaving that in the video, bro. I'm leaving that
Yeah, well, I know I need to send you. Hey, where's my camera? Hey, Pete, yep. Hey, Pete, as soon as we said that, he said put me on game.
Hey, welcome back, Gumball Sports Machine, where we are currently missing our hosts, but we still gonna love, laugh, cry, and everything else that he says.
The show's actually gonna be positive now.
Yeah.
Show is gonna be
100%
super positive today.
It's going down. Got the homies with me, man. Got low. And my main man Kev, man. What's happening, fellas? What's good with y'all?
I'm good.
Man.
Y'all ready to get into some NBA playoff basketball?
He's starting to take this game over.
What's the score? That you said who?
Shay, he's starting to take this game over.
Oh yeah, sounds like something that'll happen.
It's 69 even right now.
Real MVP. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Had to throw his agenda in there, of course.
But yeah, man, into some playoff basketball. We had a game last night before we jump into any of today's games. We had the Minnesota Timberwolves against the new school Warriors. Got some old school fellas, but it's a little different. And they're still missing Steph out with the injury. But the Wolves won 117-93. Jimmy Butler had a low 17, light 17. And actually Julius Randle led the Timberwolves with 24. I believe AE had a smooth 20. Didn't shoot as good as I'm sure he'd like to shoot, but they came out with the dub, so that's all you can ask for. Did you catch that one yesterday, Lo?
I did.
How you feel about that game? I know you got them to win the series, so
Yeah, I mean, without Steph, this is kind of what I expect. Just not to this degree. When we talked Wednesday, I said that Jimmy has the capability to go out and win you games, but um, I still believe that. But for whatever reason, he just does not look aggressive at all. He doesn't look like he wants it. Um, and I know that he's probably still dealing with that fall that he had in Houston, and maybe that's part of the reason. And he's not 100% and can't go 100%, but um, he just he doesn't look aggressive enough, like he's looking for his own. I feel like he's got that deferring problem right now where he's trying to get everyone else involved. But when you have Steph out on the floor and you could do that, sure. You can go ahead and defer, and get Steph the ball. But if he's not on the floor, I expect Jimmy to go out and look for his own. And right now, he's just not doing that. If it continues, they're not going to win another game in the series. So he has to find a way to get involved offensively, and the other guys will open up around that. Um, that's just what I know. That's how it worked in Miami. It's how it'll work in Golden State. He's got to find a way to get it going. Obviously, and Julius Randle didn't have to do that much because they were up 20 a majority of the game. So even if they make it close, they're still going to have to deal with that problem. So it's going to be tough. But yeah, I think that's the main issue is that Jimmy has to find a way to get it going.
Yeah, I agree. He definitely has to be more assertive on the offensive end. With Steph being out, likely for at least 2 games, possibly
The
the
series.
rest of the series. How you feel about the series, Kev?
Um, I just wish it was under better circumstances for Golden State and their fans. Because this team without Steph it doesn't look like it's one of the more explosive offensive teams in the playoffs. And I didn't get to watch much of the game yesterday, but from what I've seen from the highlights and the scoreboard and the box score, not there wasn't anyone really as aggressive without Steph yesterday, and it hurt him. And even have 30 points yesterday too. So and they still won by like about 20 points or so. You're not going to win games when no one on the team, especially when you got Jimmy on that team. When did Jimmy even get 20 points? I don't think he did he?
17.
17, yeah.
Yeah, so 17 ain't gonna cut it if that's gonna be your go-to score for that game. So it's tough. It's tough. If they don't get Steph back by at least not the next game, but the game after that, I think the series might be over in 5. I just don't think Golden State has enough to keep up with the Timberwolves and Anthony Edwards. So until they can get Steph back, I think the series might be low 5 and done.
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys. I'd say this is more on Anthony Edwards than it is on anybody else. I mean, I think a lot of people expected him to make it to damn near the finals last year. And he already got knocked LeBron and Luca out, and so when you look at the West, it's really only them and OKC right now. If he finds a way to lose this series, it's nasty work. But like Lo said, it doesn't look like that will ever happen because Minnesota's really almost toying with them right now. Yeah, I don't that the game that they won when Bunny Hill essentially was Batman. I said to myself, this is not something you can sustain. You cannot rely on Buddy Hield being your number one. It was amusing. It was, it was a good game for Buddy to have. It's probably the game of his life. But yeah, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it would actually be good for them to even make it to the next round anyways. No one would really want to watch that series. So yeah, AE, keep winning that one for us so we can watch some good basketball in the next round, man. So let's get to the more exciting game. Not really competitive, but I'd say there was a hell of a show by that guy Donovan Mitchell earlier today, man. Um, I think I will preface our conversation by saying he gave me a new outlook on who and how to measure a playoff series. Because hey, we got a friend with us.
What's
Welcome,
up, Eric?
friend.
What's up
I
here?
think you answered right on time for this conversation too, because we had what do we have? Gumballs Goats last week, right?
It
Oh no,
was
that
Mhm.
2 days
was
ago.
2 days
It
ago.
was,
Two
yep.
days ago. My bad. Um, and there was somebody who wasn't on the list. Kev, help me out. Who was it?
I believe his name is Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I think that is his name, right?
Who's
And
that?
say it louder. Say he didn't hear you.
Spider Mitchell.
Oh,
Ooh, that kid, right? And so again, I'm prefacing because I want to hear how y'all feel about this take. One, I know y'all remember me saying that I didn't agree with Maul's list, and that I felt like, and that's when you set up Spider, and I personally didn't really feel like Spider deserved to be on the list at that time. At that very moment, I kind of agree with Maul. But now looking at the fact that he's done this consistently throughout the series and they just didn't win the other 2 games, I now have a completely different outlook on him Just him specifically being a gumball GOAT. Secondly, we have a funny conversation amongst us of who the best two guard in the league is. I think I may have jokingly asked Kev, like, how you always saying AE and you got Donovan Mitchell? Like, you have, again, I brought up the fact that he has the most 50-point games of the last decade in the playoffs. And to me, what you do in the playoffs matters just a little bit more because people are trying to win. They are trying to win that game. So to end my little preface, why don't we bring up Donovan Mitchell as the best two guard in the league? And I'll let you start this one, Kev, since that's your guy.
I think it's because it's always a narrative of him only making it to like the second round and getting bounced in the second round. That's the narrative every single year he goes to playoffs. And then when he was on the Utah Jazz, when they were the number one seed in the West, they got embarrassed in the playoffs. And I think it's just a narrative of, yes, the 50 points in the playoffs, he's up there. He's one of the top ones up there. But, when it comes to playoffs, a lot of times scoring the most points isn't always going to get you in conversations for being the best shooting guard in the league. It's playoff success. And any team led by Donovan Mitchell is always a narrative that they never make it far in the playoffs. Hopefully this year is the year. They're still down 2-1, but the reason why I have AE ahead of him is because AE, when I look at how AE plays, it's not just offensively he's an amazing offensive player, but defensively he's a lot better than the other two guys, Book and Mitchell, in my opinion.
All right, well, let's hear from you, Lo, before we get to this guy who's late to the party.
Really, really sitting down to think about it. I don't really know. I don't know if I could give you an answer. Because when you look at it in a vacuum, offensively, there's really three guys, right, that are in this conversation for the best two guard. And it's Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, and Anthony Edwards. Any other name I don't feel like is deserving in this conversation.
No
Right?
Bradley Beal.
I thought you were going to say Kyrie Irving, but okay.
Here we go. I consider
I
Kyrie
thought
a
he
point
was going to
guard
say the Finals MVP.
now that Luka is not in Dallas. I think Kyrie is now back to playing the one, and that's where he should be.
And until you brought Jaylen Brown, I think he's a small forward, not a shooting guard at the position he plays.
Yeah, because Derek White is technically the two guard there, right? Or Drew Holiday, or whoever we want to consider, right? But when you put it in a vacuum, I feel like those are the three guys that are in contention. And offensively speaking, there's not a whole lot of difference to any of them in terms of production, right? Obviously, Book is the smoothest scorer of the three. And I think when you look at it, also the most efficient, just in terms of the numbers. But when you look at three-level scoring, I think that both Mitchell and Ant have him beat, right? If you just look at peak what they're good at, I think both of them are a better three-level scorer, especially when it gets to around the rim. I think both of them are just a step above him in terms of finishing at the rim. I think that the separator comes, like Kev said, defensively. And Anthony Edwards is a much better defender than both of them. However, if we're taking playoff success into account, that's, I think, where people put Book ahead of Mitchell. Book's been to a finals. He's won games in the finals. He's been the guy on a finals team. And so when you look at it from that perspective, I think that's why people don't include Mitchell there. Because obviously Book's been to the finals and had that Western Conference Finals run last year. And so Mitch has just never been there. And I think when you take all of that into account, that's why. But if you're looking at it from just a player perspective, I don't know why you wouldn't be able to put him up there.
Man, you just sparked a whole other conversation for me, but that's for another day, boy. Um, let's hear your take on the situation, Maul. I think it's a funky one here, man.
I I I agree with you to an extent, David Largo. I when you talk about 3 level scoring, you're talking about obviously being able to shoot the 3 ball. You're obviously talking about being able to shoot the mid range. You're talking about being able to get to the rim. Personally, I think Devin Booker is the best scorer of the three. And let me also classify this by saying Anthony Edwards is the best 2 guard in the association. Let me say that again a little slower. Anthony Edwards is the best 2 guard in the NBA. There's nobody arguing that.
Was that hard to say?
Huh?
Was that hard to admit that he's the best 2 guard?
No, no. Listen, Anthony Edwards is ridiculously talented and immensely skilled. The the difference between them, and when you put up all of their game, I think Anthony Edwards is the best all-around player. I think he's the best all-around basketball player. He's athletic. He can get to the rim. He can shoot the 3 ball a little bit. He can, he shoots that mid-range. But offensively, I think Devin Booker is the best offensively. Yes, he doesn't get to the rim very much. That's not his game. When you talk about 3 level scoring, he can shoot the 3. Now this year he wasn't very good shooting the 3, but throughout his career he's been very, 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 very good shooting the 3. When you talk about shooting the mid range, I can count on maybe 3 fingers how many people are a better mid range shooter in the NBA today. And when you talk about getting to the rim, there's nobody better. There's nobody better than Anthony Edwards and Donovan Mitchell, aside from maybe Giannis. And so when you talk about defensively, Anthony Edwards runs away with it from those 2 guys. He runs away with it. So then you go to how do you play when it matters? David, you mentioned it. Devin Booker has been to an NBA Finals. He's won games in the NBA Finals. He's one of the only players ever, if not the only player ever, to have 40-point games in back-to-back games of the Finals. So he's done it. He's performed when it matters. I cannot say the same so far. Now, this year it's kind of changed. Throughout his career, Donovan Mitchell he's not won the big game when he needed to. In the bubble, he was good. Couldn't win the big game when he needed to. 2 years ago, his first season with the Cavs, couldn't win the big game when he needed to. Got out of there in 5. Last year's a little different. He beat the Magic in 7 games. He was fantastic in that series. He got hurt in the second round against the Celtics. I can't say much about that series. In Utah, his whole career couldn't win the big game. There were multiple years in which they were the 1 seed, the Jazz were, when he was on that team. He never even made it to the conference finals. Couldn't win the big game. You go and play a Mavericks team without Luka Doncic, and you can't win. You can't win the game, and then you play the Clippers without Kawhi Leonard. Couldn't win the big game. That's the biggest thing to me about Donovan Mitchell. He has not been able to win when it absolutely matters, and so that's why I have Devin Booker still just a little bit in front of him, as well as Devin Booker being the best playmaker of all 3 of them too. He is the best playmaker in terms of getting his teammates involved, dishing out the ball when he needs to. He can play the 1. I can't say the same about the other 2, at least not yet. Donovan Mitchell is far into his career and still has never been able to play the 1. Anthony Edwards needs somebody to play the 1. And so I think when you look at it as a whole, when you look at them as basketball players, I think Anthony Edwards is 1. I think Devin Booker is 2. And I think Donovan Mitchell is 3.
Interesting. Now let's hear your take on the game, Kev. Today's game.
Look, that first quarter, I'll be honest, when they got to the 15-point lead, when it's 25-10, I was like, all right, let's go. Let's keep it going. Let's not take our foot off the gas pedal. And then they tied up 32-32 at the end of the first quarter. I'm like, all right, so here we go. It's gonna be one of those physical, get down and dirty type of games. And then by halftime, I was like, whoa, it's a whole different. Okay, so my bad. I didn't say pause right there. So so at halftime, like the lead is like a little like more extended. I'm like, okay, I like what I see. About 20 point lead. I think it was 21 point lead at halftime. And then by third quarter, I thought they were gonna start building the lead even more. Then they started catching up from the end of third, going to the fourth. I'm like, we're about to blow this lead again. And then Mitchell just had to put the team on his back and started driving to the paint, and he just started getting all those foul calls and started being aggressive. And that is what you want from your best player on the team. And overall, it was a good statement win for the Cavs, especially on the road down 2-0 in Indy. So I think it's a much needed win. It definitely was one of the best playoff performances of this year's playoffs from him. So hopefully they can carry that into Game 4 and hopefully tie the series 2-2.
Yeah, I agree with pretty much everything you said there, Kev. What you got for me, Lo?
Yeah, I mean, not really a whole lot to say from the second quarter onwards. They were up double digits from what halftime until the rest of the game. I don't think they cut it below 10 from my memory. So,
I think
I
14 was
mean,
the closest they cut it
I
to.
think
No, it was 11. It was
I
11.
think
11.
11. Yeah, 11, 12, something around there, but they never got it under 10. DG was really bad and also good at the same time. Um, Foul trouble uh, plagued him today, but when you look at when he was on the court, he was moving great. I don't know if you guys were watching the game at all, but that foot didn't look like it was bothering him. He was, he was super shifty today. He was getting to the rim, so he looked fine. Mobley looked fine. Um, Hunter is still having that issue. He was fiddling with his thumb a little bit throughout the game. And I think it's still bothering him a little bit, but he found a way to suit up. So I think the outlook if you're Indy is Tyrese Halliburton with 4 points. That's not going to cut it. Um, he's gotta get it going. He was awful today. Um, Other than that, yeah, I mean, there's really not a whole lot to say. They needed this win. They'll need a win next game, and they need a win after that. Because if they go 3-2 get back to Indy, like I said, I don't see them taking a game, well, every game in Indy. I don't see it happening. So they need to win the next two if they're going to have a chance.
I agree. How about you, Mo? Did you get a chance to watch it?
Huh?
Did you get a chance to watch this one?
I did. And really from the get-go, Cleveland really had control. I mean, I know it got close at times, but Cleveland really had control of this game for the most part. I mean, they early in the game, they went up 11-0. The Pacers just looked like they looked content. They looked satisfied almost. Like they were like, whatever. If we lose this one, we're still up 2-1. That was kind of the attitude I was getting from Indiana. And Donovan Mitchell was amazing tonight. He was fantastic. He was getting whatever he wanted. He was hitting the three. He was impressive. He had 43 tonight, which was again fantastic. He hit 5 threes. He was a plus 35 and a plus minus. He was really, really good. Defensively, they were really good. They got I think the biggest thing to me about the Cavs tonight is they were hustling. They were the 50-50 balls they were getting. They had 7 offensive rebounds in the first quarter. That explains the entire game to you. They wanted it more than the Pacers, at least tonight. And so that's how they came out with the win. And again, Donovan Mitchell was out there, and Darius Garland, he got in foul trouble. And like D'Lo said, he wasn't laboring too much. Let's just put it how it is. He went in the locker room and got a shot in the butt. And there was.
Yeah, you sound like you was there.
I'm just listen. Yeah, a shot of something. The shot of something, and which helped him obviously kind of not feel the pain in his toe. And he was making moves. Obviously, his first game back in 2 weeks. He's gonna struggle. He's gonna be a little rusty. Evan Mobley did his thing tonight. I think he was good. He made a few plays defensively. The Pacers Kev mentioned, or one of you guys mentioned it. Tyrese Halliburton had 4 points.
Yeah.
4 points. And if that's what you're getting from your, one of two best players, whether you think it's Siakam or whether you think it's Halliburton, it's unacceptable. Siakam was out there with Ben Mathurin. Ben Mathurin was fantastic tonight.
23 points. He led them in scoring.
He was the U of A product. He was fantastic. But I'll tell you the one thing about the Pacers. Game 4 is a must win.
Mm-hmm.
Game 4 is a must win. If you lose that game on whenever it is, Sunday, this series is over.
Wow.
OBA.
Mm.
If the Pacers lose this game on Game 4 on Sunday, this game is over. They are not winning another game. So Friday or Sunday is a must win for the Pacers. It's a must win for the Pacers.
I will say also, because we mentioned it in the first two games, I think Donovan took another 30 shots tonight. The only difference being he actually hit about 50% of them. And I think that was a major difference today. He was actually hitting the shots. I think in game 2, he shot quite a few free throws, and that's why he was up that high. But in this game, I think when they showed his stat line, he was 14 of 28. And that's super efficient. 5 of 11 from the 3-point line. So, if your star player is going to be shooting 30 shots a game, you better expect him to be 50%. And he was tonight. He was amazing.
He looked more energetic.
Yeah, he finished 14 of 29 and 5 of 13 from 3. So he was really, really good tonight.
Yeah, I love the way Donovan's playing right now. He's playing hell of aggressive. He's playing like a vet. Honestly, that's what's like. He reminds me of a player who's been here before. He's not afraid of the moment, which is dope. So I'm hoping that he keeps it up. Interesting series to see if the Pacers can find someone to. Yeah, I don't even know what to say.
They might trap out Donovan by the game 4, in my opinion.
You said what?
They might look to trap Donovan in game 4.
If they do
I
that.
I heard one of the commentators say that they should look to do that. It depends, man. The Cavs got some good shooters, and so that could bite them. Bite them
in the same place Darius Garland took his shot tonight.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, it could come to bite them in the air.
Just an update on this game, though. I think I'm still behind, but 89-87.
9-8 Diamondbacks.
Yeah, you're definitely.
Yeah, he had to bring that up.
It's tied
9-8
D-backs.
The top of the 8. Sorry, that's the game I keep looking to. This other game I don't care about. We were down 8-3 in the third inning, and then we're up 9-8 right now. So
hey, they've been bad. Hopefully they can pull one out.
Okay.
Who you got? 7 minutes to go. You think it's gonna win this game?
Man.
It's too close to even call. I say like around the 2-minute mark, because you would have like a better opinion.
Well, yeah. After you watch the entire game.
Well, 2 minutes is still a lot of time left on the
after you watch the entire game,
7 minutes left. Give me 6.5 of them, and then I'll let you know.
That's about 30 seconds.
Hey, listen, all I'm going to say is that if OKC doesn't have at least a 5-point lead by about 3 minutes left, I see Denver winning this game. I mean, at home, there could be a momentum shift, and we know Aaron Gordon loves these late, game-winning decisions over here. So, if OKC doesn't build a little comfortable lead, I might have to go with Denver here.
I just also want to shout out too, MPJ has been playing phenomenal in tonight's game.
And MPJ has been really good today.
The rim looks like an ocean to MPJ right now.
And his left shoulder is busted too. The AC joints, what they said?
Yeah. 4 from 5 from 3, 6 and 9 from the field.
And listen, they were talking about it earlier. He cannot lift both of his arms above his head. He can only lift his shooting arm that high. And obviously it's not affecting him shooting wise because it's not his shooting arm, but getting rebounds, that man cannot grab a rebound.
He never grabbed rebounds anyways.
No rebounds, no assists, just all points for him.
That's
Yeah, I
Michael
mean,
Porter Jr. That is Michael Porter Jr. in
Him
one
and Cam
sentence.
Thomas are basically the same players.
Oh yeah, they don't play defense. They don't. If they touch the ball, it's going
said
literally
Tim
like I said at
Thomas.
the beginning of the game. Huh?
Did you say Tim Thomas?
Cam Thomas,
Oh, I thought you said Tim
Cameron Thomas.
Who is Tim Thomas?
Played for the Bucks. He's played with Ray back in the day. That boy,
Okay,
Tim
so we weren't
Thomas,
born that time.
6'9", 6'10",
Oh.
powerful. He was, to me, the same way I said that Keith Van Horn is like Apollo Banchero. Tim Thomas, Apollo Banchero. Look him up. Beast. Tim Thomas was that dude. Midi crazy, hit you with the spin fade. Tim Thomas was that dude. Athletic is grabbing boards, putbacks, all that work.
Let's
Work.
check him out.
If,
I heard you said midi.
Good question though, man. Looking at this score and this series actually, because earlier this year we spoke to SGA not being, or well, you guys thinking that Jokic had to work 10 times harder to be MVP. When you look at this series, it looks pretty even. Like the teams are playing pretty even. So like and although I feel like and to me that's why I attribute a lot of the leadership qualities that SGA brings to that team which is helping them, assisting them in winning. Jokic, to me, it seems like he's become more of a vocal leader right now at this moment, now that Mark Malone is gone. But he didn't seem like he was the leader in the locker room. SGA is obviously the leader in the locker room. So to me, when you're the best player on the team, you're the leader in the locker room, and you winning games in 3 quarters.
Well, I will say Jokic is playing like some hot cheeks tonight. He's been awful.
Yeah, but SGA's playing mediocre right now too.
Yeah, SGA is not playing his best basketball. It's their second stars who are carrying them. Jamal Murray has been fantastic. Jalen Williams has been even better. And so to your point,
both of them have had one game.
Yep. That's exactly right, Tone. To your point, it's the teams of like you said, the games that they won, they were the reasons why they won the game. Jokic had 42 and 20 in game 1 and they won. SGA had 34, missed only 2 shots of 13, and they won. And so game 3, now it's what we like to call the others. It's the others showing up tonight.
Do you guys think when it comes to because I think we already brought this up in the chat. Do you guys think when it comes to deep playoff runs, it's good to have? Is it better to have the best player in the series or the better overall depth in the series?
Personally, I think it's the best player. Just because now again, when you have SGA and you have Jokic on either side, now you're pulling teeth, or not pulling teeth, but you're picking straws out of hay. But I think now if you have, let's put 2 teams together. There's 2 teams together like
Lakers and Timberwolves, like the first round.
Lakers, exactly. Lakers and Timberwolves. They, again, now depending on who you ask, I think they had the Lakers had the best player. They had the best player. Now the Timberwolves were deeper, right? So I mean, in that case,
I think it's who has the best players.
Yeah,
like if you have 5 to 6, it's almost like the teeter totter thing.
The seesaw
balance. You take your best player, okay. You go. What do you have? LeBron Luka and Ant. You put them. So most people would say Luka's better. So then you put Julius Randle and LeBron. You probably say the Lakers. Then once you get to that 3rd, 4th, and 5th pick, it starts teetering back to the Timberwolves. And that's what I say. Whoever has the best players, the best group of players, is likely going to win, unless that particular individual decides to say, I'm going to overpower the whole group. And that's why to me, people like to say that Jordan is the best. I've seen LeBron do it. I've seen Michael Jordan do it more. Like when LeBron did that to the Pistons, that was Jordan-esque. Like, scoring, what do you score? 20, 24 straight points,
20,
something like that?
27
Get out,
straight.
baseball. Get out,
You know what I'm saying?
baseball.
And that's what I feel like what they call Mamba mentality, which is actually Mike mentality. That's what people refer to. And I feel like, okay, my fault. Timeout.
Yeah, sorry, Maul's going crazy right now. Did the D-backs just hit a home?
Sorry, no, I shouldn't have done that. I should have muted myself before I said that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
who's
they just hit back-to-back home runs. Ketel Marte and Randall Grichuk went back-to-back. Now they're up by 3.
There you go. Sorry, Tommy. Go ahead.
No,
He
it's
was he
cool.
was
We
going
live.
crazy.
We
He was going
live.
crazy.
I'm sure there's an Arizona fan somewhere that might be looking over someone else's shoulder while they're watching it. You know what I'm saying? But nah, it's crazy. Like, a whole lot of this argument that I've been trying to mess y'all up with is the fact that I seen this man Tracy McGrady come out with his top 5 scores today. And I'm on Twitter arguing with somebody because the man said Mike, Kobe, himself, Kevin Durant, and I think he said Carmelo or somebody like that,
The 5 best scorers of all time.
of all time.
Like
What's
favorite
wrong-
scorers,
what-
like bucket getters.
What's wrong with that list?
How
Oh,
you gonna
we
say
said
those
who?
names and not have Allen Iverson in there? When
Who did we say?
during those people's times,
T-Mac.
Allen Iverson got more scoring titles and MVPs.
If anything, I will take T-Mac out of that list and put AI, but I'd leave everybody else in there.
We said Mike who?
Mike,
KD.
Kobe, Melo, KD, himself.
Yeah, I'd take T-Mac out and put AI. But
Oh, but pre-injury T-Mac.
I feel like this is what's
getter,
wrong with people. They never got to see AI. The man averaged 30 and he was 6 foot tall. Do y'all know what he would do to the league right now? Oh my God.
Hey, I mean, I don't think that points is everything though, because if you're looking at it, James
We also
Harden
look at league
averaged
in steals.
36.
But we talking about just scores.
So Harden
He
isn't
said
on that
pure
list.
scores. He didn't say the best 2 guards. He said the best scores.
James
What
Harden had
about Harden?
36.
Yeah, but we talking about consistency, right? In a time where it was MJ, Kobe, and Tracy McGrady, Allen Iverson found a way to have scoring titles, multiple.
James Harden has done the same thing.
Who's the other premier scorers right now?
When
You
you
had
think of
KD in
James
that
Harden
era. You
from
had Steph.
So how many
2014
Steph averaged
to
30 what,
2020?
1 year in his career?
KD definitely averaged, what was it, 32 that one year?
KD, I agree. I would not argue Kevin Durant. That's the one person I wouldn't take off.
And then Steph also averaged 30 once in his career.
I said he averaged it 1 year. Allen Iverson, I think, got 3 seasons averaging 30. Again, in the years of Mike, which everyone calls the GOAT. He gave Mike 40. He's, though, still to this day, as a rookie, he had 5 straight games with 40-plus points. All the players that you named as the top 5 scorers, or that Tracy McGrady named as the top 5 scorers, have never done that. Allen Iverson came in the league as a bucket getter fresh out of college. Some of them dudes had to sit on the pond and learn from somebody else before they started getting buckets.
Yeah, listen, however way you put it, whether you have McGrady in there, whether you have Iverson in there, I'm not gonna argue. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna look at you crazy if you have Allen Iverson on that list, and I'm not gonna look at you crazy if you have Tracy McGrady on that list. I just as long as you have MJ, KD, and Kobe on that list, I don't have.
I think you have to put Melo on that list too.
I think you know what? Again, that's somebody like I absolutely agree. But if somebody were to put like a even a LeBron on that list, I wouldn't be mad.
I wouldn't be mad. I think that James Harden is
James Harden is another one. Yeah.
You can argue on that list. I think that if you're looking in terms of purely scoring the basketball, there's not a whole lot better than James Harden.
I would give James Harden. AI actually calls James Harden a new version of him, like for his style of basketball. That's what AI be like. He. I've never seen it before. They did a cross sneaker from Reebok to Adidas because AI rocks with James Harden so much.
So
That's
would
dope.
Will Chamberlain be out of the
That's dope.
conversation?
No, he wouldn't be. He wouldn't be in the conversation.
Nah, he was just he
Because
was
he averaged
taller than
50
everybody in
points per
that
game that
era.
one season.
AI actually got a bag, like the way T-Mac got a bag and Kobe got a bag. AI had a bag. You couldn't stay in front of AI, and he was one of the quickest people in the game. But he literally had the crossovers. He's in and out behind his back, swoop, midi range, floater game, high off the glass, 3-pointer, any way you wanted it, corner shot, a free throw, everywhere. AI had Larry Brown was running the same plays that they were running for Michael Jordan for AI.
All right, fellas, I gotta ask a question. You mind if I bring up some football while we await the conclusion of this game?
I just brought up. That's why I just did
Isn't
what I
today the
did.
first day?
Okay.
I just
Huh?
Yeah, I got a topic too because I saw this earlier and I thought it was kind of crazy. But go ahead, Maul.
Dov Kleiman, he's a sports writer. He recently came out with his Mount Rushmore of NFL quarterbacks.
Oh, here we go.
His list was Tom Brady, of course, Peyton Manning, of course, Joe Montana.
This is the order, right?
This is the order. Or no, there's no order, but like just on Mount Rushmore.
Oh,
Of course.
Yeah, so it's just fours.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Joe Montana and
Whoa!
Aaron Rodgers.
Hold on. You said
We not
Tommy
saying of course for
Payton-
Joe.
Said Tommy Payton, Joe, and
Aaron Rodgers.
how the hell? I'd
So,
assume
okay.
that it's only that because homeboy ain't retired yet.
I don't give a damn if he.
Yeah,
if he's
you're right.
retired.
'cause
I low-key
I still
have
wanna
Drew
have
Brees ahead of
Aaron
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Bro,
Let's
the
not.
most 5,000 yard seasons of any quarterback, is that not going into consideration?
Okay, the fact that you didn't bring up Patrick Mahomes' name over Aaron Rodgers is befuddling to me.
Before we even talk about that, because I already knew that's who you were going to bring up. How are we not giving an of course to Joe Montana?
I think now again he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. There's no doubt about that. I think he's number 3 or 4.
So he's on the Rushmore. Why are we not saying of course?
I just when you have guys, when you have a Jerry Rice, and I don't want to
say the same thing.
Damn, you trying to say you might as well take Mike off the Rushmore because he had Pippen.
Stop that. Scotty,
People argue that Pippen was the second best player in the league.
Jerry Rice is one of the best players of. Oh, he's one of the 5 best NFL players of all time. Scotty Pippen doesn't even smell that.
NBA players used to say that Craig Hodges, who played on Michael Jordan's team, was the point guard for Jordan, said that there was a time when Pippen was better than Mike. Phil Jackson himself, the year after Mike retired, said that Scottie Pippen was better than Michael Jordan. These are people who played and saw what. I'm not saying that he was. I'm just saying that's how good Scottie Pippen was.
Is Scottie Pippen even close to the best at his position?
Yeah, that's my point. Is what I'm saying is we don't.
If you have the top 5, I would
not.
not be mad if you have the top 5 in the small forward position.
I'd be upset.
But that's crazy.
I can name you 5 players that are better. 5 small forwards that are better than.
Let's hear it.
I can name LeBron,
Uh-huh.
Larry Bird,
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant.
Is he a power forward?
Kevin Durant's a 3.
Okay.
Kevin Durant's a 3.
Okay. See, now we're thinking.
Giannis is a
I
4.
was to say because
Giannis is a 4. Most definitely.
Okay, I was thinking Giannis is a 4.
Here we go.
Hold on, you got me on the spot. Let me see.
You have Dr. J?
No,
Dr. J
The
was a guard,
only
though.
other person I could see because they are very, very similar is Kawhi Leonard.
okay. I was thinking Kawhi. I just didn't know if he has.
I don't know
if we're taking basketball players.
above.
I would if we're taking basketball players, I would take Kawhi over Scottie Pippen.
Yo, he just like Jordan. Scotty is 6 for 6.
Yeah, Scottie never did it as the best player on his team. Kawhi's done it twice.
He was the second best on all of them.
At what
On
point?
every single one of them.
Did Did Scottie Pippen ever do anything like Kawhi did the year in Toronto?
He guarded the best players. He basically guarded the best players on every other team. Yeah.
His first and only year in Toronto. His first and only year in Toronto. He goes and wins the championship.
Yeah, but again, Scotty is 6 for 6. I agree. I think Kawhi, but I'm talking 6 for 6.
No.
Even if you have Kawhi, there's not a fifth.
Hold on. Let me see.
There's not.
Dominic Wilkins?
No, but Scottie Pippen. Yeah, I'm out of here.
I'm naming players to help him out because I have Scottie top 5.
What are we doing here?
There's not a 5.
6 for 6. The same argument people give about Mike. And then you got to go look at he was the one. I know Mike got the all defensives, but actually the one who was doing it was Scottie Pippen.
Are you going to say Elgin Baylor?
That's
Baylor. James Worthy.
Elgin was that.
I think James Worthy was more of a 4.
They say Elgin might have been that dude. Elgin played the 2-3 though. I will say that.
I don't think I'm putting either of them above Pippen.
George Gervin, the Iceman, played 2-3 too.
Regardless, I just when you talk about the guys who like Patrick Mahomes has never had a Jerry Rice. Now he
has Travis Kelce. What are we talking about?
Who you say is top 3
of all time? Yes.
He's a top two tight end of all time.
Okay, on the all-time list. Are we putting Travis Kelce and Jerry Rice on the same level?
He's right under.
Isn't Travis Kelce number 1 in playoff receiving yards and touchdowns, or am I tripping?
He is one of the all.
Travis Kelce is not on the same level as Jerry Rice.
Tight ends in playoff history.
Jerry Rice is one of the best players, not just tight ends. Players. You're late.
What's the difference?
No, don't do that.
Jerry Rice has Stickum.
Don't do that. Jerry Rice is one of the best players.
It was putting glue
not
on
just
his
receivers,
glove.
not just tight ends, players. When you talk about all-time great, hold on. Hold on. When you talk about the all-time players list, that list starts with Tom Brady and in my opinion, it's Patrick Mahomes. It then goes to Lawrence Taylor, Jerry Rice.
Real quick, Lo. Well, who is it? Who said that? Kev? Which one of y'all said that? The game is down 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
It's tied.
Someone said if this game was close, 2 minutes, Jokic going to take over. Let's see.
Jamal Murray.
Kevin Geekle is the worst pitcher I've ever seen in my life.
Like Jerry Rice is the second best football player of all time. He is.
Of all time?
He's number 2. He is behind Tom Brady. Before Tom Brady came in the league, it was Jerry Rice.
Lawrence Taylor.
Jerry's better.
No, he's not.
I hate to.
No, he's not. Lawrence Taylor, David Largo. Lawrence Taylor revolutionized not 1 but 2 positions, because when you see left tackles and right tackles going top 5 in the draft, when you see edge rushers going top 5 in the draft, that's Lawrence Taylor is the reason for that. Because you want a guy like Lawrence Taylor who can get off the edge like that, and then you want a guy who can protect you from Lawrence Taylor. He revolutionized 2 positions. 2 positions.
You see that, Tones? You see that, Tones? J-Dub.
One player who touches Jerry Rice, in anything that he's done.
Who does the same thing to Lawrence Taylor? There's not even a player close to Lawrence Taylor in terms of Lawrence Taylor is the best defensive player of all time.
That's good defense.
And there is no one close to Jerry.
There's nobody close to Lawrence Taylor.
Randy Moss was a hell of a receiver. Don't disrespect my dog.
He's not. He's not close to Jerry.
But Randy Moss is closer to Jerry Rice than anybody is to Lawrence Taylor.
Deion Sanders?
No. Deion didn't have an impact like Lawrence Taylor did.
Got it. Ray Lewis?
Again, he didn't have an impact like Lawrence Taylor did. Like, you could not guard Lawrence Taylor. There was no guarding. There was no.
I ain't gonna lie. He was cheating.
Who was cheating? Yeah, that's okay. You can. Hey, that's not. Hey, They're not
They,
player enhancement.
they done had conversations about Lawrence Taylor versus 100 gorillas.
That was good. That was good. Okay, but anyways, yeah, Aaron Rodgers is off that list, and Patrick Mahomes is on that list.
That's like that person was trolling. This obviously they wanted clicks. That's like, come on, that's nonsense.
He got it because World Star posted it,
Yeah,
so he got the clicks.
he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Should we give everyone a score up there or no?
102.99.
99.
With 1 minute and 11 seconds remaining.
I'm still stuck on that, dude.
A minute
How
left.
how are we giving Joe Montana the Jerry Rice asterisk and we not giving Patty the same? I'm still forever gonna be stuck on that. That's crazy to
You
me.
just called Jerry Rice the second best player of all time.
Yes,
Where is Travis Kelce?
he's not up there.
Answer the question, David. Where's Travis Kelce?
People don't debate Travis Kelce.
Where do you have? I don't care about people. Where do you have Travis Kelce?
as a football player?
And you're stalling.
Top
1,000.
25? Top
Top 5 NFL players of all time.
25.
Oh, 20. Oh, I heard 5. I don't know, something lag.
25.
Oh, okay, so you're telling me you have Travis Kelce as a top 25 player of all time.
Hmm?
And you said Jerry Rice is number 2 on that list. And you said it's the same. Having Travis Kelce is the same as having Jerry Rice.
Essentially the same effect. Is it not?
Who is Joe's
Jerry
coach?
Rice has the same. No, Travis Kelce has the same impact that Jerry Rice does.
Who is Joe's coach?
I can't even think.
Was it Bill Walsh? No, it wasn't Bill Walsh. Who was the 49ers coach?
Was it Bill Walsh? Because I would ask, you gotta go to a lot of people. It's the same thing people do about Tom Brady. They say he had Bill Belichick, but then he went home without Bill. So Bill Walsh. Bill Walsh, right?
Yep. Again, iconically one of the best coaches of all time.
You would, in comparison to
you can put Andy Reid on that list.
What are we doing with that?
You could put Andy Reid on that list.
Oh my God!
Hold on. Let's not do this. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna let you do that because Andy Reid was a coach a long time before he got Patrick Mahomes. A long time before Patrick Mahomes. And what did he win?
Yeah. I hear you.
And he had a very good quarterback in Donovan McNabb. What did he win?
I hear you.
He didn't win anything before he got Patrick Mahomes. Now, when he got Patrick Mahomes, he's a 3-time Super Bowl champion.
Demon. Hey.
Go. Oh, timeout.
What is happening?
It's tie game. Aaron Gordon.
Oh, my God.
3.
I'm behind.
Oh, they didn't call a foul. Oh, my God, they didn't call a foul.
Oh, my goodness. Aaron Gordon, bro.
No way they didn't call a foul. Aaron Gordon is the clutchest player I've ever seen.
Ever seen is crazy.
Aaron Gordon is
his name is Aaron Jordan.
you know what? If you put a G or a J instead of the G, it might not sound too bad. Aaron Gordon is just insane. That's wild. But
he's probably like the guy that you would most likely leave open for the 3 on that starting 5 too.
That's you have to. You have to. I mean, Russell Westbrook.
What'd you say, Thomas?
Is he better than Blake Griffin?
Is he what?
Better than Blake Griffin?
Absolutely not.
Stop that.
Absolutely not.
Don't even start that combo.
Couldn't hold Blake Griffin's job.
He's gonna have a better career.
He might have a better career in terms of accolades, but when you put him on the all-time list, I have Blake Griffin much higher.
I'm not even gonna lie, that Pistons Blake Griffin had a bag, bro.
Had a bag. He wasn't just athletic. He can shoot the ball. He can handle the ball.
He almost looked like
he almost looked like
a LeBron type of player.
You said the Pistons?
Pistons Blake Griffin.
Pistons Blake.
He started trying to run a 1.
Yeah, no cap. Oh, here we go. Why is Aaron Gordon passing? If I'm not gonna lie, if I'm the Nuggets, I want Aaron Gordon shooting the ball.
Why did Joker shoot that?
I'm I'm on
I ain't gonna lie.
commercial.
I felt like AG could be that
Motherfucking
guy though.
commercial.
I
What
would
are
have given
we
it to
doing?
MPJ. I'm not even gonna lie.
Okay, right now, overtime. Who wins the game?
What are we doing? I'm on commercial. The last 2 seconds ain't even
Yeah,
happening yet.
that sounds like a personal problem. Mike,
My man
it
my man
sounds
got 3
like
more
you need to talk to
commercials
your
before
cable
he even
company.
sees what happened.
Sounds like you need to call up Cox or whatever you got and be.
Bro, that's not a pause, bro.
Hey
Stop.
yo.
Everybody ain't from Arizona, brother.
Hey
I
yo.
guess you're right.
Yeah,
Now, hold
you
on.
gotta.
Why we got some time? Because I know once this game's over, we're gonna give our perspective and then probably exit the show. Let's go over our picks thus far. You got that list, right, Mo?
Stand by.
Also, since he asked, OKC wins this game in overtime.
Ooh, OKC. Got OKC.
Yeah, I'm going OKC too.
I'll say I think OKC wins, but I kind of want Jokic to win just for drama.
I'm with you. I'm rooting for Denver because I want it to be a series, but I think OKC will win.
Hey, that almost went in.
I guess I'll be the odd man out, and I'll say Denver then.
All right, here we go. I got Tony. You ready for our pick?
Yeah.
So, no fucking way, dude.
Hey, whoa, watch your mouth. We're live.
Sorry, kids.
Somebody bleep
The
that.
bullpen is dog shit.
We gotta change this from PG to like rated R.
Yeah.
Man.
Kids, if we're ever live and there's a Phoenix, a Arizona sports team playing, just exit. It's just exit because it gets
Like
It gets wicked. They were up
Rated
3.
MA for mature audiences.
whether it's
They
the
were-
Suns,
They were up
Cardinals,
3
the Diamondbacks, the Rattlers,
I don't understand. You go into the ninth
kids
inning.
at the park.
You go into the ninth inning. You're up 3
The
runs.
Lumberjacks.
Cattell Marte and Randall Gritcher go back to back in the bottom of the 8th to put you up by 3 runs. You have a comfortable lead going into the 9th. Kevin Ginkel is throwing batting practice. Then Ryan Thompson comes in and throws a hanging slider. David, you could have hit a home run off of this pitch. He throws a hanging slider.
All right, let's not.
And I'm not even talking about, you know what? David, I've said you can hit a home run after this pitch. You know who did? The best freaking player in baseball. You hang a slider to Shohei Ohtani. I've never seen a worse bullpen in my life. For God's sake.
Hey, this is our petition right now. Someone get the D-back. Someone get Maul on the phone. He pitching better than the bullpen.
The energy was so enlightening. It was so positive. And then our host joined, and we went right back to regular GSM.
I'm finding new teams to root for because that's what brings my negative energy.
Hey, it was Boston, but look how they're doing right now.
I'm a Knicks fan.
He switched up so quick.
Okay, let's go over our picks. Let's go over our picks. Okay, for Minnesota and Golden State, I have Minnesota in 6. Tone has Minnesota in 6. David Largo has Minnesota in 5, and Kyson has Minnesota in 5. For OKC and Denver, I have Denver in 7. Tone has OKC in 5. David has OKC in 5, and Kyson has OKC in 6.
Man, I need OKC to win.
Oh my God, Michael Porter Jr. is just the greatest. He's just the greatest player of all time.
Bro, OT ain't even start yet.
Bro, we're a minute 40. We're a minute 15 in already, D'Lo.
How about to say?
It's not even done. That just started.
Oh my God, Christian Brown is just amazing. The defensive player of the year.
Yeah, Denver said we at home.
Oh my.
Turn up.
Okay. Where was
No,
that?
it doesn't even matter.
Knicks, Boston. I had Boston in 7. Tone has Boston in 5. D'Lo had Boston in 6.
Impossible.
Kyson has Boston in 6. For Cleveland and Indiana, I had Indiana in 6. Tone had Indiana in 6. D'Lo had Cleveland in 7, and Kyson had Indiana in 6.
Whoa! I just want to give a shout to D'Lo. He's usually a Cavs hater. Oh, hey,
No, usually I'm still a Cavs hater. I just picked them to win.
Okay. Oh my God, Jamal Murray. Oh my God, that is gonna hit it. But
Bro,
Interesting. Oh,
y'all be spoiling the game. I'm behind.
I'm trying to create conversation so end of the game, man.
Oh,
I got you. Who y'all got for tomorrow's games, man? We got tomorrow early afternoon. Should we play at 12:30? Oh man, I'm gonna be at the gym shooting with one
heck yeah,
hand for
we're
real.
gonna
We
be in the
watching
gym
the game in the
tomorrow.
other
Yeah.
hand like this.
Listen, I will put out a petition right now. We go to the gym at 10, right? Or 10:30 or 11, whatever it is. We stay
Are you
there
actually
for
gonna be there on time?
well, yeah, I get off work at 10, so I'm just probably just gonna go straight there.
Oh, okay. So you
Yeah.
won't be there at 10. All
Yeah.
right.
I mean, probably not. It's in the genes. But anyways, I'm putting a petition that we leave the gym at 12:15 or 12:30 or whatever, and we go to place like Twin Peaks or Buffalo Wild Wings or Chili's and go watch the game.
Yeah, that might have to happen.
Yeah, there's one right there.
Oh, they
And
did just put a Twin Peaks there. That's right.
They didn't just put. It's been there for like 2 years now.
Is it really?
It's been there for a while. I live right next to it.
Jesus. Okay, well, Twin Peaks on you then, Diego.
No, not on me. I'm broke. Listen, I'm a college student. I don't got money.
I'm gonna sit on that one, guys. That's on me. That's on
Okay,
me.
why would you sit out? Why would you? Why would you?
Unless we go to Buffalo, I'll be able to go.
Why can't you go to Twin Peaks?
He got a girl, bro. You can't be.
So what are you doing? Going to make out with the girl? Like, why can't you go to? No, Kevin, don't make me blow a gasket.
There's something I don't know about Twin Peaks.
The D-backs, the D-backs just blew this
Hooters.
lead, and I'm already.
It's better than Hooters.
Think Hooters. That's what it's like.
Oh,
No.
I got a girl.
Why can't you go to Twin Peaks?
It's almost like an Ojos Locos.
No. I need to hear this. Why can't you go to Twin Peaks?
Because the girls are damn near half naked.
What does that have to do
Because
with
of the
anything?
lady.
My man said,
Is there a happy ending that you're getting that I don't know about?
Oh, you just going
That's
there
what
for
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You guys go. I'll have fun. I'll watch it at my
food.
house.
We're going there with the boys to eat.
So why? What's wrong with Buffalo?
Because Twin Peaks food is better.
Oh.
Yo, but let's get to this. Let's get to the. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about that
conversation
after
about
the
that
call.
later. That is insane. Come on.
Knicks Celtics game 3 in New York. In New York. Who you got, Maul?
That's tough, man.
They up 7.
I'm gonna say, as much as I don't want to, I think Boston comes out and they do what the Cavs did today. I think they come out and say, I think they're the more desperate team. I hope the Knicks don't just get content and satisfied with the 2-0 lead. But I think that's what's gonna happen. I think they're gonna come out slow, thinking that we have a little bit more margin for error. I think Boston's gonna come out and handle business.
What you got, Lo? What you got in game 3?
Hey, listen, I'm calling it right now. This is a Jason Tatum legacy game, and he comes out and gives New York 40 in the Garden. Give me Boston.
I like the sound of that. What's up, Kev?
Give me the team from Massachusetts. I think they're gonna have a game like how OKC did in Game 2 against Denver. They're gonna come out hot and they're gonna stay hot. Give me Boston in Game 3.
Yeah, although I got my man's jersey covered up, man, I definitely got him to have a huge night. Game 3. Honestly, expect everyone to play pretty well, even some of the guys off of the bench. I mean, like you said, back against the wall, do or die. We've been here before, but we ain't
That's
been here
crazy.
before. We've been here before, but we ain't been here before. It's a tough one. Yeah, I got us winning, and I hope we win both. We need to win both. But other game of the night, which will likely not be a game at all, if my standards are reading the landscape correctly. Timberwolves Warriors game 3. Who you got? Kev, start.
Give me Minnesota. I think Ant puts up 30. I think he has one of his classic games, his signature games. Give me the Timberwolves in that game.
Ooh. What's up, Lo?
Yeah, no Steph. Ain't seen it from Jimmy. Give me the Wolves again.
Yeah, you too, Gumo.
Yeah, I got the Wolves, man. I think they overpower the Warriors with no Steph. Not on on both sides of the ball. I think they come out and they take a commanding 2-1 lead.
Yeah, I do think we're looking at the Warriors' downfall, honestly. And it's crazy because when you look at the Warriors, essentially how it was built is how it's ending. Steph injuries.
Wow,
Steph
yeah, that's a
being
really good point.
injured enabled them to go out and find more pieces because of that friendly contract. And so now, him being hurt is likely they're gonna have to rebuild. They're likely gonna have to trade away some of the pieces. Who knows? Steph may even go. Like when you think about organizations, they have to let go at times, or else it's too late. And so it's gonna be interesting to see what happens this summer if they don't find a way to get Steph healthy and win this series. We got 21 seconds left. Denver up. I think it's over, fellas.
It is
Aaron Gordon, best player in the world.
Aaron Jordan.
Aaron Jordan.
That's what he looked like today, boy. Aaron Jordan. Can I point? I was doing a little research towards the end of this game. This is exactly what the Thunder did last year in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
This is exactly what they did. Round 1, easy. They swept the Pelicans. This year, round 1, easy. Swept the Grizzlies. Now, when they face a superstar, a guy who has done it in the playoffs,
Experience.
that's the biggest thing, man. And the thing is, the crazy thing to me is, again, this is not their first time in the second round of the playoffs. They've been here before. And
Yeah,
now
There's certain
like
small
today.
mistakes. Think about yourself, Maul, when we go run rec on Saturdays.
Mhm.
You have 5 to 10 years of experience as some of the young guys that we're coaching. When the score is 8-7 and we're playing to 15, they're playing a little freer because they feel comfortable. Where you're like, oh, this game's kind of close. Let me go get this bucket.
Yeah.
You understand where things are. And SGA, that's what I feel is dope that he does it during the regular season, but it seems like he hasn't mastered it during the playoffs yet. The same way that James Harden wasn't able to master it, the same way sometimes we're asking if Donovan Mitchell has mastered it. Jokic has obviously mastered it, but I think that he has one of the most perfect Robins that we've ever seen. Like, he shows up in the playoffs when Jokic plays bad. For some reason, Jamal Murray just happens to show up when we've been scratching our head wondering what Jamal been doing all season.
Yeah.
I just want to point out they scored 2 points in overtime. The Thunder did.
They only made like one field goal.
2 points is all they scored in that 5-minute period.
Nasty.
You know what? To that point, David, the last time SGA made a shot, he made a 3 to put the Thunder up 93-92 with 7.5 minutes remaining in the game. He did not make another shot after that.
How many more did he shoot?
He shot
At least 5, right?
1, 2.
Is that Peyton Watson guarding him, or is that
3,
Jamal Murray?
I think it was Christian Brown.
4,
Braun. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been showing up lately.
5, 6.
That's why when people were doubting this team, man, and it's crazy that I still had to go for OKC, but I told Maul early in the season, I said, you calling Denver out, you kind of crazy, brother.
He shot 6 more after he made his last shot. He shot 6 more shots in the fourth quarter.
That can't happen if that's your superstar right there.
That's just the fourth quarter. What do you shoot in OT?
You know how many shots he shot in the fourth? I mean in OT?
0 for 4?
He took
none?
0 shots in the fourth quarter.
It's crazy.
He pulled a JT.
Wow.
But the thing, here's the thing. Here's the thing. SGA, I'm not gonna say it just yet because he's had moments in the playoffs. He had a very, very, very good game 2. He tends to shrink when it matters the most. Hold on.
Bless you.
He tends to shrink when it matters the most. He did it. He did it last year against Dallas. He did the same thing. He did the same thing. And even in that case, he shrinks when it matters most. My bad. That's on me. Oh, that's my fault. That's my fault, G. I'm not gonna lie. That's my bad. That's my bad, Tom. You know what? I can't. I can't just do it for you guys. I gotta.
That's on you. That's on.
Yeah.
I was looking for the OMG. I didn't know which one it was.
Yeah, that's. Oh no, it's okay.
Oh my God! Somebody clip it. Somebody clip
Do you
it.
not have a sound effect for like a yo or anything like that?
Yeah, sooner or later we just gonna clip one of my. Hey yo.
Yeah, go ahead and say that one more time.
Or like a
Hey
pause.
yo.
Kevin. It's on. I need it one more time.
What? Gotta go.
Well, there it is.
Clip it.
I did it. I did it on purpose. I did that on purpose.
Clip it. We had mine yesterday.
What
Yeah.
in the world?
We put my clip up on the Gumball Sports Machine Instagram the other day.
No,
this was on you.
Mercy.
You know the cool
This
thing
was
about
on
that.
you.
You know the cool thing about that
It's
is
just a man talking Bati.
I make the clips.
Boy.
So
Don't think I won't come back and clip this little segment right here and post it on mine.
I guess you do have a point, but it won't be as I don't know.
It won't be as what?
As original.
No, just maybe I shouldn't say it. This is a family-friendly show.
You already cursed at the bullpen. It don't matter what you say.
Bullpen is so bad. Like you come in and you have a 3-run lead, David. Like you have a 3-run lead, and you're facing the bottom of the lineup. You're facing the bottom of the Max Muncy is batting like 187 this year. And you're facing the bottom of the lineup, and then you just give up hit after hit after hit. And Kevin Ginkle is just throwing batting practice. That would have gave us the series, or at least gave us the first 2 games of the series. The offense was so fantastic today. Christian Mana came in and absolutely dominated today. He was fantastic. Eduardo Rodriguez was awful. He's 1,000,000 years old and he needs to be traded. But Christian Mana, our young pitcher, came in and was fantastic today. And once he left, everybody was terrible.
Anyways, moving on.
Damn, that's crazy. This is a wild playoffs, man.
Yeah.
Wild playoffs. Denver up 2-1 over the number 1 team in the league. Cavs down 2-1 to the Pacers. Celtics down 2-0 to the Knickerbockers. And then we have a 6th and 7th seed in the playoffs. Like, what is going on?
That is kind of
like, what?
This
is the wildest playoffs in a long time, man.
Yeah, no, it is. And I hate John. I'm gonna go find him and I'm gonna do something. I hate John. I just saw his story. Hold on. Let me just, give me 2 seconds.
1, 2.
Breaking news. Right. Jamal Gumball made it into the news.
Here we go.
Hold on. Let me just.
We have 5 seconds now.
Hold on.
We're going on 20.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Let me. Maybe I shouldn't put that in the camera. That'd be. Yeah.
Should we say that on the show? Can we say that?
No, probably not. No, probably not.
I thought you were gonna say stub it on like the bench
corner. No, I usually say that.
Break.
Yeah,
break it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And if I find where the Dodgers are staying, You know what? Let me not even put that out
And
there.
and to close out this show,
Yeah, Tone, what'd you have for us, man?
we like to keep it positive here.
Yeah. What do you,
Do we?
D'Lo? Would you like to have Tone again?
You see,
See, I didn't bring it up, Tone. This wasn't me.
I'm just saying.
this
This
is what,
wasn't
this
me.
is what happens when his teams lose. He doesn't know how to control his emotions.
No, it's never been the case, and it probably never will be the case. I'm 22 years old right now. I'd probably be the same when I'm Tone's age. So
It's crazy. It was once I heard you say age, I knew there was a joke. Right towards me sooner or later.
honestly, I wasn't thinking about it at first, but then I looked directly at you, and I was like, okay, well, I mean, if you're gonna throw me a hanging slider down the middle like Ryan Thompson, I mean, I'm gonna swing at it.
If there was 4 pit bulls chasing us, I'm the last one to get caught. Makes me feel good.
I'm definitely not getting caught. But if
I'm
it's
gonna
the
eat
four
it
of us,
before
I'll
you
be,
eat
I'll be
me.
number 2. I'll be right. Pause. I'll be running right behind you, Tom.
Actually, you know what? Kev probably got a snack in his pocket, so he might.
Kev might turn around and wait for the dog.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm
on
gonna-
that
I'm
note,
gonna-
I think it's time to end the show because we try to keep things positive, loving, caring. If Maul loves you, Kevin don't love you a lot.
Kev, what were you gonna say?
No.
I used to love you, but probably not today. And
Hey,
hopefully the Celtics
yo.
win tomorrow.
Hey, yo.
Okay, that's not Ayo. That's not Ayo. That's just brother telling
What?
everybody that he loves him. I love you guys. It's not Ayo. See, there you go, Daily. See, you got to clip out, and you talk about having Tone, and now you want to get somebody else on a clip. Absolutely not.
We
It's
already
not
got
happening.
your clip. We
Don't
already
worry,
got
you
your
made
clip.
your mistake earlier, brother.
I didn't make
John
any
Yeah,
Holliday,
mistake.
hey, yo.
we already got you.
You threw
Wait, hold on,
clean
Kev.
alley-oop, brother.
Kev, what were you gonna say on the dog note?
I was gonna say I'm probably gonna, strike before the dog strikes me.
It was a great show, everybody. Hope you
So
enjoyed. Hope you
to quote what Tolan said, I'm actually gonna survive.
hope you guys enjoyed the show today. Shout out
Yo,
to
we gotta
Tone
stop
for
having wave type topics on.
yeah. Shout out to Tone for hosting the show today, and we're gonna get out of here if nobody else is gonna tell you, because Jamal doesn't feel like it today.
No,
Uh,
you're not giving me the opportunity.
Dilo, what happened? What happened to 2-hour shows? I thought you wanted 2-hour shows, Dilo.
Jamal's got to be up at 4:30 in the morning. He can't
Yeah, I
do a
gotta be up
2-hour
early.
show today.
Hey, listen, if we're doing a 2-hour show, we're doing 6 more hours of this show because I'm not going to sleep if we do 2 hours. I'm just gonna stay up the rest of the night.
I was just saying I had a topic, but I didn't want it to drag on, so we'll save it for another day. But
Hey, listen, if you guys want to talk about it, you're more than welcome. I just have to go to sleep.
so again, if no one else is gonna tell you, does Jamal want to go to bed?
No. Tone. You know, he was driving the show today. He was hosting. I think Tone, you should close it out.
Hey, man, I thought I did already, but again, I'm gonna tell you that squad members, we all love, care about you, man. We appreciate you waking up this morning and doing what you're supposed to do. Take care of your kids, pay your bills, make sure your mama all right, carry the groceries, and do all them things that you're supposed to do.
I do also real quick before the groceries are taken in and before mama's chores are done. John Holiday texted me. He said he said he thinks we should do a 2-hour show.
That's a holiday. Attaboy.
Holiday also said,
excuse my language. I fucking love John Holiday. That's my dog.
He said,
All
"Hey,
right,
yo,"
we're
in the
definitely
chat
changing
too.
this show to
Something
rate
spicy.
our.
My bad, bro. I had to emphasize. That's my dog. I'm not. I had to emphasize.
Listen, after
Did
the
someone say
D-backs
dog?
game, we are already
Whoa.
losing our monetization. Get us out of here, Tone.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, Tone. You and D-Lo can have each other after you close up the show.
Yeah, if no one's gonna tell you that they love you, call Maul and he'll tell you. But if besides that,
678 998
We'll see you early
Yes,
next
John. It
week,
was a
man.
great game,
Tune
by the
in to
way.
GSM. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe, share this with your peoples. Tune into the Wave Show. We're going to have one of those coming out for y'all soon. And again, we'll see y'all next week, man. Holla!